Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1941 Royal Quiet De Luxe vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in the USA and one of the most iconic typewriters of all time. This was Ernest Hemingway's favorite model, this exact Royal Quiet Deluxe, the first generation. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. Margins are located behind this flip panel. I'm just going to set that right one around 75 to 80. Actually, it's on 85 to 90. And this left one on 0. But this left one has a magic margin. I believe this is um, the first model that had the magic margin. It's only on the left side. What it does is it just sends the margin to wherever you are on the platen there. If you want it closer to the edge, you hold the carriage release and the margin at the same time and just move it to where you want it and let it go. So pretty convenient. It's more of just like a show off. You can do it manually as well. The newer versions have one on each side, and that's when it becomes a lot more practical to use them. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning. It skips 1 or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, just flip that switch forward 1 notch. It skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the top right here. Flip that over to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. When you move it down and to the right, it prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. We're going to move that over for red. Beautiful. When it's tuned up like this, serviced, and in this good a condition, these things are amazing. Elite typeface prints 12 characters per inch. And you can see the little bit of a red botch. That's just brand new ribbon. Sometimes that happens with the ink. And the F, I just didn't hit that F hard enough. So that's what it comes with learning how to use a manual typewriter. Once the ribbon gets used up a few times, that becomes less botchy. You can't really see it unless you focus up on it anyway. But brand new ribbons sometimes will cause that, and that just makes them more useful over time. You don't have to replace them as often. We're going to move that color back to black and pull the page out by flipping this switch forward. This is the paper release. This allows you to pull the page out easier, load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Also allows you to straighten the page if you load it crooked like that. Then you just flip it back. You have a straight page. You can do that with any typewriter, but you want to make sure that's back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. You got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again, backspace on the top left. Very smooth. All around excellent condition typewriter. You get to feel how it felt with some of these legendary artists type their masterpieces on a typewriter like this. Tab on the top right, this has a manual tab set on the back. Actually was advanced for this time because you don't have to take them off and they get lost. They're actually like the margins connected to the typewriter, but you just move them like the margins. Well, just move them like that. You can move them anywhere on this rack, and there's an arrow, a red arrow that points to where it will stop at. It doesn't stop in the middle. It stops basically right to the right of those on each one. Let's test that out. So yeah, it just stops at each one of those little tabs, 5 of them. And margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release. It does allow you to type past that block all the way to the end. This is your touch control. So you open the hood, you can see that it says touch control right there, and there's a minus sign and a plus sign. The farther right you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond faster. The lower you go, the less tension. This is your manual ribbon reverse. So right now all the brand new ribbons load on the left, so it's pulling to the right side clockwise. If you want to switch that direction manually, flip the switch to the left, it'll pull to the left. Flip it to the right, pulls to the right. It has an automatic reverse. When you get to the end of the ribbon, it'll pull on this on either side and swap the direction automatically. Carriage release on both sides, super smooth. This typewriter is in excellent condition, which is pretty rare for these days because these things just get mishandled a lot and things get bent out of shape or out of adjustment. And this one's just finely tuned up, just ready to go. Super smooth. There's no play in the carriage whatsoever. It's just locked in. If you push the button on the end of the left side, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. Same concept with this lever that's behind the line space selector. Flip that forward, it disables the spacing. Flip it back, you get the clicks. You just want to be careful when you use those because you will lose your line. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.